Good morning, everybody. This is Brad, Firewood at the Furnace. It's a gorgeous morning here in Maryland. The sun's coming up, a few clouds in the sky, slightly humid still, but it's much better than it's been the past few weeks. So last week you saw that I had a new splitter in the wood yard that I was testing out. Guys offering me a pretty good deal to purchase it. So I'm going to talk to you about that today and what's going on with that, so stick around. Well, I'm not going to hold you in suspense. Here she is, and she's here to stay. I went ahead and purchased this log splitter. Overwhelming responses in last week's video with comments like, why are you even asking this question? If you don't buy it, I'll buy it. If you don't buy it, let me know and I'll drive all the way to Maryland to pick it up. It's money in the bank. The comments just went on and on. So I appreciate that. That was kind of what I was thinking too, but I trust a lot of you guys' advice, and you guys have a lot more experience than me, some of you, so I like to run things by the other Firewood YouTube channels because we all learn from each other, as we know. So here she is. I'm now the proud owner of a new to me ram splitter. So I'm going to pick you up, I'm going to turn you around and show you what we got done in last week's video and let you know what the plan is for today. Alright, so here's what's been going on. We've slowly been cleaning up my path to the firewood that I have to deliver in the next couple of weeks. Still got that load right there that I got to get cleaned up to have room to make it around the corner. So we're making some progress, but to be honest with you, over the past week or so, bundle sales have been through the roof, and I've spent the majority of my time that I've had here bundling firewood. So I think I sold 46 bundles in 2 days, and I sold 72 bundles over the past 4 or 5 days. So I've been busy with that. But today we're going to start working on this pile over here. And it's got some limb wood in this pile. So it's going to be a little tedious working through all these smaller branches. But once we get through those, we've got some nicer logs down here at the bottom. So that's the plan, to show you what I got going on here. What I've been doing is backing the yard trailer up with the four-wheeler to the front of the splitter, because I'm definitely going to have to do something as far as a tray goes on the end of the splitter. This is working out a little bit. I pulled the pin and took the hitch off the front, and I backed the trailer up as far as I can. But I'm still having some pieces that are dropping down through the center there. So I've got some ideas to work on a tray, kind of go around the wedge here on both sides and have a tray that I don't think will interfere with towing. A fellow YouTuber that you all know has reached out to me and offered to help me fabricate a tray if needed. I'm going to leave you hanging on that one a little bit, because if that actually works out and we're able to get together on that, I think that'll make for some good content for both of us. So that's something that may be coming. But anyway, I'm going to walk you down here. This is just a wheelbarrow full of kindling. I tell you what, using a four-way wedge, you end up with a lot more scraps, that's for sure. I'm used to using a single wedge, and you know, you can pretty much make the size cuts that you want with that, but with the four-way you get some scraps. So I'm pulling out the kindling. I'm keeping some kindling aside, but here's what we've got done with that oak so far that was blocking the road. That's what we did last week after I left you at the end of the video. Got just about 4 face cords, 4/3 of a cord, or a cord and a third of oak split and stacked. And as you can see, this is the beginning of the next row, and I'm using the pallets on the end instead of doing the crisscrosses, bookends like I had been doing. A lot of you guys are doing this, and I think it's a time saver. So setting the pallets up, I've got plenty of those, and I can get more if I need them. So these 4 foot by 4 foot pallets that I'm using on the bottom, They're nice big pallets, and they leave for a pretty nice opening in between the firewood. Yes, I could probably get 3 rows in here and do a full cord per pallet, but I like to have an air gap in the middle, get some sun and wind through both sides of the firewood. I think it's a little better for drying. So while it may not be the most efficient way as far as space goes, I think it's a more efficient way for drying. And as you can see, I'm not worried about space here. So I'm lucky in that aspect. We're going to fire the splitter up, fire the saw up, start bucking and splitting. Alright, so I've decided that in an effort to speed up this process of getting this road open, I'm not even going to deal with these smaller limbwood pieces right now. I'm going to throw them out of the way, put this pile over here, and get to the bigger stuff that's really in the way, because this smaller stuff I can get to later. Been having a few other people call me in the past couple weeks that have trees that they either have down or tree services that are going to have wood for me. One of those jobs is several ash trees that are coming down. So ash is always good to have. But I figure if I get this little stuff out of the way and get to bucking on these bigger logs, that'll speed up my process of getting this road open. So I'm going to put you on time lapse here, get everything set up, measured and marked, and the next time you see me, we'll be cutting. Remember to put my hat on because my microphone's on here. Something else to think about. Saw's running pretty good. I hand filed that chain last night. So, getting a little better at that. Try to learn a little something each time I do it. Try something a little different each time I do it, you know, whether it's paying attention to the angle my file's on with the tooth, or making sure it's level going across the bar, you know, the number of strokes, and trying to get a feel for, you know, that little burr that's on the end of the tooth when you sharpen it. Been having to wear readers now when I'm sharpening the chains, when I'm looking at my phone. Starting to see some changes with my vision. So I guess I'm retired, so I gotta start doing some old man stuff, like wearing glasses. But I'm pretty fortunate because my father, both his brothers, my mom, they all wear glasses all the time. And I haven't needed that yet, so I guess that's a good thing. Alright, so we've got a few logs bucked up here, scattered out across there. I think that'll be enough to split and fill the yard trailer up. What I've been doing is splitting right into the trailer and then hauling it down to where I'm stacking it. So that way I don't need to pick it up twice. Ideally, obviously you want to dump it where you're going to be stacking it, but it didn't work out that way this time. So we'll split some into the trailer here, fire the splitter up, and we'll haul a load down. Splitter's been starting on either the first or the second pull every time I've used it. Now that I talked about it, that probably won't happen. Oh, proved me wrong. First pull. Oh, one thing I did want to tell you guys that I forgot to say earlier is I actually got on the phone and called the Ram splitter company, and a real person answered the phone, which I was surprised by. But I was calling to see if I could get a manual for the splitter. They told me they'd put one in the mail for me, no cost. And I also mentioned something to them about this log lift being so jumpy. And they said that they actually made a change to that, and there's some kind of reducer or regulator that actually goes in the valve, and they're sending me one of those for free as well. So that's what they told me. We'll see if it actually happens, but maybe that'll fix the issue with this lift being so jumpy. I'm getting a little more used to feathering it, but every once in a while it still catches me. All right, so we got the trailer full. That took about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Would have taken an hour or so on the other splitter, but the tires are squatting a little bit on the trailer, so leave that back part a little loose because I don't want stuff bouncing out while we're driving down to the pile. So we're gonna hop on the four-wheeler, we're gonna drive down to that stack and get this load stacked. I see progress over there in the pile, so that's good. I'm starting to see my hole open up again so I can start hauling wood. Got a little bit left to do on this stack here, and then we'll start a new one. All right, so I think we're going to wrap things up there today. I'm going to do some tidying up here around the wood yard. I got some things I need to clean up, some mess I need to rake up and haul into the woods. And I've got a lunch date with the wife today too. So I need to save some time to get back home, get cleaned up, and take the wife to lunch. So family's always first. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about one more thing that I've been thinking about over the past few weeks, and that is I've been contemplating doing a live stream. And I wanted to get some feedback on what you think I should do on a live stream. I know the live streams that I watch, I feel like I can get a little more connected with the people that I'm watching on YouTube. I feel like I get to know them a little better, and I get to ask questions if I have questions. And we can't always answer every question that might come up in these videos. I try to think about it, but after I edit them, when I'm watching, I always think, man, I should have mentioned that, or I should have said that, or showed that. So I think a live stream is a good opportunity for people to ask questions and things like that, get to know me a little better. But let me know what you think. I think I'm going to try it. It'll just be from the garage at the house where I have a good Wi-Fi signal. And I know some people have asked questions about the motorcycles in the garage and things like that. Haven't really touched on that a whole lot just because this is a Firewood channel. And it's kind of off topic, but something like that during a live stream, I can show you that and entertain those kind of questions as well. But anyway, until next week, I hope you all have a great week. Stay safe, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.